Hello everybody, what's up? My name is Gally.
And I am Knight.
And welcome back to...
The Great Ace Attenity!
You just missed one of the most entertaining pre-starts.
Look, I had to burp.
Yeah,
I tried to do the countdown we do, but I burped. Anyway. There's something very important that I have to do. Kazuma-sama, what did you mean?
I wish I knew, but honestly, he never told me either. Anyway, you better talk to the detective, don't you think?
I suppose.
You didn't even...
I said I suppose.
I'm just imagining it, but I wouldn't say he looks pleased to see us.
By the way, if he is based after... Because he's probably based after Lestrade. The actual one from Sherlock Holmes. She's based after name-wise. He's based after more of what you would go for looks. He's probably going to be grumpy, overworked.
I still call he's evil.
But generally a good guy.
I call it he's evil, and my past record shows I'm pretty damn good at seeing who is evil. Considering Volo.
That was one game. Yeah, see, fish and chips.
Are you doing them or am I?
I probably should, right?
Could we trouble you? Oh god, here we go.
What do you think?
Ew.
Yeah, that's not his voice.
Lovely weather, isn't it?
What's the weather got to do with anything?
Ah.
Listen to me, you young Japanese upstart. Some flippery about the weather doesn't get every English gent taken out of your hands, you know.
The Susato-san told me it was foolproof.
I'm a busy man, a very busy man. There's a crime scene to investigate, but I'm here having to give you the likes of you talking to.
I'm so sorry.
He's getting McGilded without actually the accent, I hope you know.
That just...
Can you imagine what the other officers will be saying now? Haven't even seen Gregson anywhere, have you? Now he's busy with the bigwigs these days. And all that because that bumpkin who's on a jaunt from a country I've never even heard of. Hear that ripping sound? That's my reputation at the yard going to tatters.
There's no need to rip us apart as well.
Also, the fish keeps popping up brand new.
It's a never-ending fish.
I don't believe we've been introduced. This is Mr. Rhinosuke Naruhodo, a defense lawyer. It's a pleasure to make your acquaintance, Mr. Naruhodo's judicial assistant. It's lovely weather we're having today, isn't it? It is unusually fine, I grant you. London winters don't see a lot of sunshine.
Unfucking believable.
It's because she's a lady.
She's a lady.
So, Lord Strongheart has asked me to fill you in on the case. The name's Tobias Gregson. Inspector Grayson to you. I'm from Scotland Yard. Sorry.
Why are you laughing?
Toby was the name of the dog of Sherlock that Sherlock had. There might be more reference to that. I can't remember every single name because there was a few different inspectors he worked with. Gregson? Oh, Inspector Grayson.
What's the matter with Susato-san?
Does
this detective's name mean something to her? Let's talk about him.
Inspector Grayson.
Inspector Gadget.
Inspector, are you perhaps the Inspector Grayson?
You're acting like you know this man, Susato. But he's
sorry.
a London detective.
Oh, I do know him very well, in fact.
Very well?
Yes, he features prominently in the adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Oh, is that in that publication? What's it called again? Rancid Magazine?
It just rants.
Whatever.
That's right, Inspector Grayson and Mr. Holmes enjoy a wonderful friendly rivalry.
Oh, really? You rival the great Sherlock Holmes? That's incredible.
Oh, well, I don't know about that. Mr. Holmes isn't a professional like myself, of course, but he does come up with some with the goods from time to time. Mr. Holmes is equally complimentary about you, Inspector, isn't he? You've earned his highest praise. Grayson is the pick of a bad lot of the Scotland Yarders. Those were his own words.
That's his highest praise?
Yeah, from him, yeah. Well, Mr. Holmes isn't particularly known for giving compliments, you see. That he's not, and thanks to that magazine, my name's known all over London town now.
That's great, isn't it?
I'd have to admit that to start it was a little, flattered by all the attention. Everyone wanted to shake my hand, and my reputation at the yard went through the roof.
Well, that's wonderful.
No, it's not. There's nothing more sinister than the man on the street. People are always looking at me now. They're whispering rumors about me under their breath, I'm sure.
Rumors?
Are you quite sure? He's changed since he started appearing in those stories. The fame's gone to his head. Stuff like that. Gosh, do you really think people are saying such mean-spirited things about you?
Well, yeah, or he wouldn't say it.
Like I said, they whisper. So I can't catch exactly what they're saying, but I know what folk are like. I'm sure that's what they're saying. I'm sure as eggs is eggs.
You're eating fish.
Yeah, but he knows what an egg is.
Just saying.
Egg used to be spelled really weird. Anyway.
I get the feeling this detective could be very hard work.
Oh dear, perhaps a sudden rise to fame does change people.
Only if you let it. So about the case that the Lord Chief Justice mentioned before.
Nothing to tell, really.
Are you just sticking those in your pocket?
That's why I have big pockets. Next question. As far as we're concerned at the yard, it can be simpler. Oh dear, that probably means that as far as they're concerned as lawyers, it couldn't be more complicated.
I wish you were wrong about that, but I have a nasty feeling you're right. But I believe you're always right, so I have a nasty feeling.
A young woman was walking along the pavement on Byre Road when she was stabbed from behind. Just... Fortunately, it wasn't really fatal, but she's still laid up in the hospital unconscious. That's despicable. What sort of coward would attack the poor woman from behind?
Suppose you would have to finish whoever was off with Susato takedown, would you?
That is neither here or there, Mr. Nahada.
Brace yourself, Ranosuke. You've angered her now.
Anyway, after something of a whirlwind investigation, the criminal was arrested. He barely had time for a cup of tea after that incident took place, to be honest.
So there must have been something left at the scene that led you directly to the culprit?
Or perhaps a reliable witness who recognized the person in question? Let me stop you right there. You're wasting your time on this one.
Sorry?
There's nothing you can do. There's no way to help the bloke out now.
Why not?
Simple.
You know, I think I'm starting to smell the fish.
That's a you problem. The prosecutor has been assigned to the trial tomorrow as Lord Baruch von Zieks.
Not again!
Sounds like you've heard of him then. Oh yes, we're very familiar with Lord von Zieks. Believe he's to be the harbinger of death itself.
The Reaper of the Bailey. Lord Barack von Zeeks, who we faced in court only yesterday.
Mr. McGilda told us about him before the trial, didn't he?
Not again with this voice. Oh.
Is this supposed to be my...
Yeah.
Okay. When von Zeeks stands for the prosecution, they call the accused his sacrificial lambs.
At least he has his cape back on.
And in every single trial in which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
Reaper of the Bailey nickname. Suppose he's earned that because every defendant he advocates against it is found guilty. Is that it?
Well, if that's the case, we should inform you, Inspector, that in yesterday's trial against Lord von Zeeks, Mr. Naruto secured a verdict of non-guilty. Huh? And what of it? Oh, well, I think that means that even against the Reaper of the Bailey, it is not impossible to save the defendant.
But he's dead.
No, you really don't have a clue, do you?
What do you mean?
What happened to that bloke in the end, eh? He's dead.
Right.
Magnus McGilda came a cropper in the omnibus that went up in flames. So you can't rightfully say you saved the defendant, can you?
Well, what are you saying?
Look, if Von Zeeks could get the dirt to stick on anyone, he'd be a miracle worker. But that's not how it goes. He doesn't work miracles. He works magic. Black magic.
Don't bring my dog into this.
For those who don't know, Gally used to have a dog named Magic. That was a black shepherd.
And she appeared to us like Black Magic. That's why she had that name.
I'd have a good long think about that if I were you.
We just did.
Well, I'd do it again.
Are we really supposed to believe this? That a dog can just poof into existence?
Right, well, I filled you in as requested and I'm very nearly out of chips. So I'll be heading back to the crime scene now. We're still carrying out a few investigations there.
A few?
It was by a road, you said, didn't you? Where the incident took place? That's correct, ma'am. And if you head over to the Holden cells, you can meet the criminal himself.
You branded him a criminal already?
He's as good as. Shaking like a leaf in his cell he is. I'll give you a chuckle if it were nothing else.
I think your chips might have been laced with vodka.
No, that's my hat.
What?
Goes right to my brain that way.
That's what the brown thing in the hat is.
Directly deposited.
So it's a suppository.
No, that's my ass. That's where the brandy goes. I'm sorry.
So let me get this straight. He has a type of alcohol for every orifice.
No, my mouth is free right now, and so's my ears. Can't cover those up as easy. Don't you worry, once I get into private.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry. He's inmate 53. Speak to the jailer and he'll show you the way.
Inmate 23.
53.
Thank you.
So it's 53.
I'm making a reference to ourselves.
It's a reference to a movie.
I know, but how often did it show up after we saw that movie?
Yeah, but that was also,
There was even the 23 spray painted on the wall in Pembroke.
I know, but that is also, you notice it more. It's, I forgot the term for
it. So there's no helping anyone against the Reaper of the Bailey.
They say... Is something troubling you, Mr. Naruto?
Yeah, we're fucked.
No, you can't get fucked anymore. So he's dead.
Daddy!
Your daddy is in the grave. Anyway.
We actually don't know anything about Ryosuke's parents.
I was talking about different kind of daddy. To tell the truth, when I recalled the trial yesterday, I can't stop myself from shaking. The idea of facing the Reaper in the court again is... Well, if you think it's too much for you, there's no shame in turning the case down. That takes courage, too.
But if that man they've arrested is innocent... You could well imagine he would be shaking like a leaf in his cell. And I, for one, wouldn't find the sight of that funny. I mean...
So...
If I'm honest, I'm still reeling from the shock of yesterday's events. And I'm really not sure if I'll be able to help this man, whoever he is. But I'd like to try, so I think I'm going to make some inquiries. Will you help?
Did you really think you had to ask? After all, I am your judicial assistant.
Thank you. So then, shall we?
Why did the first word feel like it had more syllables than the second? Like, judicial feels more syllables than assistant. Yes, let's go. Let's go.
The whole thing here is, like, it's nice to see that they're not just brushing past what happened. He's still, like, having doubts about helping this guy, because it's the whole, well, what if it just turns out to be another Magnus McGilded episode?
Yeah. So where do you want to go?
The prison?
Okay. Well, the crime scene's available, so...
I know that the crime scene would be available, but,
It had both.
19th February, local, prison, cell 9. So these are British prison cells.
Oh, they're ghastly. No, that's fucking... It feels just like a dungeon.
Did you know I used to be part of the letter H? Yeah, and having experienced it in Japan myself.
That was a Who's Line It reference for anyone wondering.
I can assure you that our wooden cells feel a lot cozier than these cold stone walls.
Oh, don't, Mr. Naruto. You're making it seem worse.
It is worse!
Could be worse.
Apparently our client is the cell here. But it's so dark at the back there. Can't make him out. Wonder what he's like. Inmate 53! Your legal representative is there to see you. Stop hiding back there and show your face at once. Am I didn't ask which one of us. I am a cat, as yet with no name. Calling me by a number. It's utterly unbelievable, unjustly unreasonable. I refuse to answer. We like cats.
Mr. Naruto, what do you think is going on in there?
I have no idea. But I wasn't just hearing things, was I? That tirade of complaints was in Japanese! Hello? Excuse me, but who... Quiet. They're all around, hiding. I know they are. They're watching, listening. Even now, I can sense it. Right. So, could I ask you, who exactly... There you are! You've come to curse me, haven't you? Don't try to hide it, you're a ghost! Ghost? So he's insane.
Just a little. You mean you know I'm prisoner-san? Are you Japanese by any chance?
Aww.
His eyes.
He looks so cute now. Looks like Luigi. This is beyond my wildest dreams. Oh, you're back to being crazy. Okay. Forgive me for that outburst before. I'm so sorry. Oh, it's fine. We were just a little surprised, that's all. Imagine it! It's been 12 long months since I left my hometown, and here I am, in a frightful fix in a foreign land! Aww! Hearing the sweet, sentimental tones of a compatriot's voice here in the damp, dark hellhole, I was a most monumentally moving moment! I will do that. Every time.
Yeah, no.
Who could have guessed that this new client Lord Strongheart assigned us turned out to be a fellow Japanese? What compassion my fellow countrymen show. To dispatch a first-class lawyer all the way from Japan to defend me, a mere foreign student. Noble, nurturing, never-failing Nippon! A first-class lawyer? Oh, God. I think there's been something of a misunderstanding here.
I wonder, would you be so kind as to tell us what happened? Why you've been detained as a suspect, for example?
Yes, I can. I will. Shut, stick, sullen, and silent!
His boot stick out.
Whoa, that just went up my nostrils.
I'm not quite sure what, I understand what that means, but he seems happy. But we will ask him more next time.
He's so innocent.
I know. He also likes cats a lot.
We have found my kindred character.
The crazy one?
This has been Gally.
This has been nice.
See y'all next time.
Bye bye, everybody.